What's up, everybody? This is Chev. Welcome to modntune. So today we're going to be going over the WRX and what it costs to build this. So hopefully it can help one of you guys out on your build. And I think this is a pretty good example of really what it takes to build one of these. And the one thing I learned about Subarus over the years is they don't care about your pocketbook. They need what they need. You can't skimp because it almost always comes out to bite you in the end. So anyways, I got everything on spreadsheets. I meticulously kept track of every dollar that went into this car because I wanted to know for myself. And it really did surprise me how much it cost. Alright guys, let's get into it. So I told you I had spreadsheets. These are the spreadsheets. I'll just give you the final figure right away for you guys. It was over $6,000 to build the car to the spec it is now. And I'm just going to go over it line by line and kind of explain my thought process and what's going on. So first items here, Subaru Automotive Parts. That's where I get all of my OEM parts, those parts that you can't afford to break, and it really helps that you get that OEM quality. So about 600 bucks there. Rock Auto, that's my go-to place for everything else. That doesn't matter as much, but as you can see, I spent $1,500 there. And just for you guys, I compiled this list that I'm going to link down below, so I can hopefully help you guys out in your build. But these are all the part numbers for Subaru Automotive Parts, just all that little stuff that's super hard to find. I was constantly going in diagrams and tracking down part numbers for this, so you have that all right here for you. Like I said, it's going to be linked down below. And then we got the Rock Auto list, so you can see all the parts that I got here. So yours is going to vary a little bit on stuff that you may or may not need, but on average, these are pretty much the parts that you're going to need. So anyways, so let's start getting into the mods here. First thing is the upgrade to the VF39 Turbo. I would say this is probably the bare minimum turbo upgrade that you want to do. That was 400 bucks. I bought that used from my friend. Let's check that out. It came off a STI with probably 50,000 miles, but you can see it right there. It's in good condition and it fits almost perfect into the stock location, and all the lines are the same, so really makes things a lot simpler when you're building your car. So we got that. I have a Perrin inlet and a Grimspeed up pipe, so that's going to be this right here. So we got that in there. The up pipe you cannot see, but that is down below under the turbo. So those are definitely mods that you want. Next up was the IAG oil pan, and pickup tube. So I went back and forth with this one quite a bit. I was just going to run the stock stuff. I actually had the stock pan, but I got it in, and that thing is like paper thin. I'm like, this is that one upgrade that I think will really benefit. I'll try to get a good shot, but you can really see how beefy that IAG oil pan is, and like if you hit a rock or something, you have a much better chance of surviving. So anyways, that sucker was like $700, but well worth it in my opinion. And then I went with the IAG versus the Killer B, because the IAG has these really nice cast aluminum fins on the bottom, so I thought that made it worth it. So next up here we got the flywheel clutch. I can't show you because it's in the car, but I went with X Clutch. It's kind of just reading reviews. They seem like a up and coming decent brand, and I want to get away from like the same stuff everybody else always does. Is usually like an AEM clutch or an Exetti clutch. So so far that thing has been working good. I just got a simple organic single disc. I don't want to have to press really hard to engage the clutch. This is a street driven car, so there's that. Next up we have the Invita catted downpipe. So I'll see if I can get a shot of that. But this was the most cost-effective one, and if you saw in the other video, I welded that wideband bung in there. That's the only thing I had to do, but pretty good quality. And I went with the catted just because I really don't think it's that much extra restriction, and you're saving yourself a lot of headaches as far as tuning. So yeah, we got the Invita catted downpipe, eBay turbo coolant lines. Yeah, you'd be surprised. It's actually really hard to find the right coolant lines. So I just found these units on eBay and they worked perfect. And then we got Amazon miscellaneous. I don't remember exactly what that was all for, but I think it was like the header wrap and stuff like that. So yeah, just header wrap real quick. I decided to stick with the stock header. And then I just wrapped them and it turned out really nice, and I'm happy with that decision. So the stock header actually does flow really good for a build like this. Next up, something I tried to skimp on. I was going to run stock WRX injectors. Tuner said no way, so spent another $600 on these ID 1050X injectors, which are a huge step up from the ID 1000s, the old version. They have this nice aluminum body and they just feel really well built and they flow really good. So of course, you upgrade the injectors, you got to upgrade the fuel pump. So I just went with the AEM unit. That's what everybody uses. It's been working great. Fluids, not something everybody thinks about, but that adds up. You got coolant and oil and all that fun stuff. So after that, we got the E-Tune. So I went with a dude called Shinji Tuned. He's highly recommended on the Subaru forums, and he did not disappoint. He helped me through a few issues that I was having, and overall really good. Highly recommend. But that was $300. Next up, boost controller. I still need to buy this. 150 bucks. So the tuner basically told me right now I'm being limited by the stock boost controller at about 15 psi. So once I get that changed out, he already gave me an upgraded map for an electronic boost controller. So I should be able to boost like over 20 psi once I get that. But like I said, that's another 150 bucks, and then if the tune doesn't work, I got to pay another 200 to have them tune it again. So that's on the list, but I'm not too concerned. It still drives awesome right now. So STI intercooler. So another thing that I wanted to skimp on with the stock intercooler. Number one, it's too small for this turbo. Don't try it. And number two, it doesn't even physically fit with the VF39 turbo. So I wasted a bunch of time with that. Ended up getting pretty lucky. I put a message out on Facebook and got one for $100, a STI intercooler. This guy right here. So I got this locally, and it just, besides the function, it just makes the engine bay look so much cooler. So we got that. I tried getting by with my factory couplers here and elbow, and that didn't work. They weren't good, so I had to buy these nice Grimspeed silicone ones. So just another thing, just buy right away, get it done with, because you're going to need it anyways. While we're up in the engine bay here, let's just talk about the intake. I went with the stock intake, and it didn't quite fit on the parent inlet, so I cut the end off, and I 3D printed this ABS collar right here, and that's in there really tight, and it just gives everything a nice factory look, and that's what I like. So yeah, we got that, and I think that is it, guys. So total $6,116 to build this. So that is why I have no money left. But in the end, it was totally worth it. When I started driving this again, it was freaking nuts. Like the difference and the sound and the feeling compared to when it was stock. So I'm super happy with the results. But man, these Subarus are just they take a special person to build them, because you know, coming from the world of Hondas that will literally run on sand, these Subarus are a little bit more finicky. But the thing I do like about the Subaru is if you do give them everything they want and you do hook up everything right, they typically run like a top, and no issues at all. So I think that's it, guys. I got it covered as far as the costs. Hope you stuck around. I know that was a lot of talking. I'm not used to talking this much, but you know, there's a lot of information here, and this could help someone else out, because even with as much resources out there as there is, there's still a lot of stuff that isn't out there, and it's not Googleable. And you know, we all just got to work through this stuff together and learn. But yeah, as far as that, that's it. It's running awesome. Took forever to get to this point, but it's definitely worth it. But anyways, let me get into a little bit of a garage update here. So as you can see, the garage is pretty clean. It was an absolute tornado after building this car, because I had just engine parts everywhere, and I really hate throwing away car parts that I may or may not need, or I just may need to mentally remember that I need to buy that. So there were just car parts scattered everywhere, but got a little bit of a handle on it, and I was taking just a little bit of a breather. And also I got no money, so I can't really start any big projects like I would like to do. So I got a few smaller projects that I can do, and just other ideas coming through the pipeline. So I'm trying. I got this B20 here on the engine stand. This came from a CRV. So I'm gonna do something with this. Probably take it all apart, clean it, possibly do a turbo build, because after doing that turbo Subaru and getting it all together, I really got the boost bug, and it's really cool when you get the final product. So anyways, as you guys can see, I'm starting to stutter here. It is cold out. My garage absolutely sucks for heat. I got everything insulated up here, and I've just constantly have been working on insulating this garage as long as I've lived here, but it's just never been a warm garage. So, and I don't have a wall-mounted heater, so I rely solely on this little propane heater and this tank. So every time I want to come out to the garage, I have to have a mission, because it takes about an hour to heat up in here, and it costs money. So anyways, guys, I'm done rambling on. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you can, hit up my 3D print seller website, buy some stuff, and that's all I got for you guys. So anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.